My name is Paul, and I'm a senior high school student. My mom died giving birth to me, and my dad passed away in a car accident when I was only 6. My Aunt Diana took me in and raised me as her own. However, earlier this year, she faced severe financial difficulties. Not wanting to add to her burden, I decided it was time to stand on my own. With the money I had saved from my school allowance, I set off on my journey. Before leaving, I wanted something to remember my parents by, a music box my dad had given to my mom. When opened, it displayed a dancing couple. I asked my aunt if I could have it, but she got mad and said she threw it away. I knew it was in the basement. She had taken it from me when she took me in. Perhaps she wanted to keep reminders of my parents away from me. The night before I left, I snuck into the basement and took the music box. The next morning, I bid my aunt goodbye and left for a small town my friend had told me about. He knew of cheap apartments on the outskirts of town. Fortunately, I found a vacant room. I spoke to the owner of a rundown apartment and paid 6 months in advance. The room was old but had its own restroom, a small kitchen counter, and a sink. There was also a single bed and a bedside table. I unpacked my things and placed the music box on the bedside table, feeling a sense of determination. That night, as I went to bed and turned off the lights, strange things began to happen. I heard someone knock at my door. Thinking it was the owner, I opened it, but no one was there. The next day, I found a part-time job at a small grocery store. I worked in the morning, attended classes in the afternoon, and came home late at night. Exhausted, I would fall asleep instantly, but always at midnight, someone knocked on my door. Each time I opened it, no one was there. I complained to the owner, but she had no idea who it could be. Sometimes, while I slept, I would hear my cabinet door open, even though my windows were closed. One night, while studying for an exam, I heard the shower in the restroom turn on. I checked, but it was off. Shadows would also appear outside my apartment, pacing back and forth. Terrifyingly, they would knock on my door, but I never dared to open it. I told the landlord about these occurrences, but she couldn't help me. The sleepless nights took a toll on me. I wanted to move out but couldn't get my advance payment back. With no money for a new place, I decided to stay until my rent was over. One day, my aunt unexpectedly visited. My friend had told her where I lived. Upon entering my room, her face turned pale. She grabbed the music box off my table. Angry, I fought with her over it. Finally, my aunt revealed that the music box was haunted. My dad had bought it from an antique shop. Suddenly, the wind grew cold, and the music box opened and played music. We were terrified. I threw it on the floor, and the windows and doors began to open and close violently. My aunt and I ran away together. As we caught our breath outside, the realization hit me. All this time, my aunt had been trying to protect me from the malevolent spirit attached to the music box. I had misjudged her intentions, thinking she wanted to keep my parents' memory away from me. In truth, she wanted to shield me from the darkness tied to that keepsake. With a heavy heart, I understood the depth of her love and sacrifice. It wasn't just about standing on my own. It was also about appreciating those who cared for me, even when their actions seemed harsh. As I moved forward, I knew I had to build my life on new memories, free from the haunting shadows of the past.